This is a message from me and me alone. I was working as IT manager under Randy Bierbaum. Recently, some information was portrayed about what we did in a false light. The actual details of that discussion at the board meeting recently was not relayed to me directly, but came through me through other channels. Those people will remain nameless. Perhaps no one wants me to know what was said. I worked for the museum as the IT director. I called myself the IT director because really my role was to create a vision and a plan for how the museum should use information technology. It wasn't about doing web pages. It wasn't about any specific part of that. I wanted to encourage the museum and the volunteers of the museum to use the technology and to help them develop those skills. So there's many things I didn't do specifically because they shouldn't be done by me. Not trying to be arrogant about that. It's more of a matter of getting people involved and being careful to make sure it's coming from the community and not from one person. Because it's a matter of the proper use of technology and the improper use of technology. That's a philosophy, but it's not necessarily everyone's philosophy when it comes to how we should do the work. The problem I see right now is the board of directors, the president, is a major hindrance to the success of the museum. The museum is important to Westport. And it's important to people around the country in terms of its role of protecting the maritime resources, the history. I don't think it should be at the whim of one person, Sam Martin. Let me say it again, Sam Martin. You can say whatever you want. But I want to get it out that his behavior in terms of his as acting president is unconscionable. He forced Randy Bierbaum out. He divided the employees in half and conquered the board. Many of the board members have resigned under Sam. This is not to say that there aren't issues with Randy as a director, but he was a very competent director in some ways, and he had issues that he needed to work on. I'm here posting this independently because I'm sure no one would approve. But the fact of the matter is they had a meeting discussing my work in a negative light. They never asked me to explain. They never asked me to come before the board personally. They accused me of incompetence when they don't even know how to determine technology in the first place. The level of how they want to do things, they don't understand the complexity that goes into that, and I don't expect them. But to then make judgments on something they don't understand, that's a big problem. I encourage people to look at what really happened and who is in charge of the board. I do not believe that Sam Martin is an effective president. I believe he's working for his own personal agenda, and I think the community needs to be aware of that, and they need to ask hard questions. All I can do is make people aware of it. Now, I personally was trying to do a investigation of the politics within the board and how the management of a small town museum is run. This is not looked on very kindly. And I subsequently had to remove some of the videos because they felt they were in poor taste. So that's what I have done. So those videos are no longer available to view. They show Sam Martin and they show Randy and Jim Allen. I thought they were candid. I thought they were honest. I did not think they depicted anyone in a negative light. It just shows personality. So this is as a way of an explanation for those videos. Again, those videos are no longer available for viewing on YouTube. This video will remain available on YouTube although it may not be linked to on the main website of the Maritime Museum. For, like I said, this is not an authorized post. This is my personal post, and I felt it was fair that I should at least attempt to let the community know what's going on behind the scenes, and for you to ask the hard questions. I'm always available for assistance. If you want any background information that I have, I'm more than willing to share that information. But as a matter of all fairness, I believe I have a right to speak, and I wanted to speak directly to the community as a whole, instead of going behind closed doors and making up stories. So anyways, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me either by phone or by email. Thank you.